What's up everybody, blessed be. My name is Manon and you are watching Witch in the Working, where we will be discussing all things witchy in and around, throughout and about, above, below, and beyond. Please visit me on my other platforms as well, including Facebook, Instagram, and Patreon, all linked down in the description below. The full script to this video and most others is available on my Patreon account for download if desired, to get your own Witch in the Working Book of Shadows, for instance. Also, please visit my Shopify store listed in the description below to get your Witch in the Working shirts, mugs, stickers, bags, beanies, and what have you. So, as many of you already know, I am a Gardnerian witch. For some, this is a positive thing, and to others, it's a negative thing. Many times when I mention this, I get a response of a scrunched up face of disapproval or a snide comment under one's breath about being a snob or an elitist. I never understood this reaction at first, but after a while, I began to learn why so many people are put off by my tradition. How do I know? I simply asked. The majority of the comments I received back all fell into two simple categories. Either people are turned off because of the traditional nudity, or they are turned off because of the traditional secrecy. My response, well, about the secrecy anyway, the secrecy is, well, Gardnerian is a modern day mystery school, so hence the secrecy. This is the way mystery schools work and have for thousands of years. In this episode, we're going to talk all about mystery schools and the ins and outs of them through the centuries of existence. So let's get to it and roll the intro. Welcome back everyone. So as I mentioned, some people aren't too fond of the modern day secret societies and whatnot. As mentioned, I literally had one gentleman explain to me that in this day and age, there's no reason for secrecy anymore and we should be sharing our lives with the world. To this, I strongly disagree. If you want to know what is going on in the inner workings of a Gardnerian tradition witchcraft, for instance, then go join a coven and find out. Everyone, regardless of sexual orientation or race or whatever, are all accepted. My point is, there is no racism, bigotry, or phobia in Gardnerian. So if you want to know, if you want to work with it, and then just find a coven and do it. All are welcome. There's nothing keeping you from going out there and doing your thing. Now, that's not to say you're gonna make it to initiation. That totally depends on you and the type of person that you are, personally. If you're a negative asshole, you're most likely gonna be cut loose pretty quick before you would be initiated into the inner workings. Mystery schools and traditions are ancient and modern organizations or systems of spiritual knowledge and practice that focus on preserving and transmitting esoteric teachings. Rooted in various cultures throughout history, these schools often involve initiations, rituals, and the use of symbols to convey deeper wisdom and understanding of the divine or hidden aspects of reality. The term mystery refers to the concealed or secret nature of teachings, which are typically reserved for a select group of initiates or practitioners. These teachings aim to guide individuals on their personal spiritual journey, assisting in self-discovery, spiritual growth, and the development of a deeper connection with the divine or higher self. The origins of mystery schools can be traced back to ancient civilizations such as Egypt, Greece, and Rome. Over time, these esoteric teachings have evolved and adapted, giving rise to various branches and traditions that have influenced different aspects of spiritual practice, including witchcraft, Wicca, and the occult. Mystery schools and traditions often share some common features, such as an emphasis on ritual, the use of symbolism, and the importance of maintaining secrecy to preserve the integrity of the teachings. Throughout history, these schools have played a significant role in shaping the development of spiritual practices and philosophies, impacting the lives of countless seekers and practitioners worldwide. Why are mystery schools important to the occult community today? Mystery schools have played a crucial role in the development and evolution of witchcraft, Wicca, and the occult altogether. Throughout history, these esoteric institutions have acted as the custodians of sacred knowledge, preserving ancient wisdom and teachings while also fostering the growth of new spiritual practices and philosophies. Mystery schools have been instrumental in safeguarding and transmitting ancient wisdom and esoteric knowledge across generations. They have served as repositories for spiritual teachings, often passed down through oral traditions, rituals, and sacred texts, ensuring that these practices and beliefs are not lost or forgotten. The teachings and practices of mystery schools have significantly shaped various aspects of witchcraft, Wicca, and the occult, and paganism in general. From the hermetic principles that underlie many magical practices to the use of symbolism, ritual, and initiation, these esoteric schools have provided a rich foundation upon which modern spiritual practices are built. Mystery schools have acted as catalysts for personal spiritual growth and transformation for countless individuals. Through initiation, rituals, and the study of esoteric teachings, seekers have been able to deepen their understanding of themselves and the universe, leading to profound spiritual experiences and insights. They've fostered the development of spiritual communities, providing a supportive environment for individuals to explore and deepen their spiritual practices. These communities have been essential in nurturing spiritual growth and providing the exchange of knowledge, ideas, and experiences. As mystery schools evolved throughout history, they often incorporated and synthesized elements from various spiritual traditions and cultures. This syncretism has led to a rich tapestry of diverse spiritual practices within witchcraft, Wicca, and paganism in general, allowing for greater adaptability and the evolution of new spiritual traditions. So what are the characteristics of a mystery school? Mystery schools and traditions are spiritual and esoteric organizations or systems and focus on the preservation, study, and transmission of hidden or secret knowledge. These teachings, often deeply symbolic and rich in allegory, delve into the realms of spirituality, metaphysics, and the occult. The purpose of mystery schools and traditions is to help guide personal transformation, self-discovery, and spiritual growth through the study and practice of these esoteric teachings. At the core of mystery schools and traditions are the esoteric teachings that explore the deeper hidden aspects of reality, consciousness, and spirituality. These teachings often provide insights into the nature of existence, the human soul, and the relationship between the individual and the divine. They often involve a system of initiation or rites of passage that guide individuals through a structured process of spiritual development. These initiations may include rituals, tests, or other experiences designed to deepen the individual's understanding of the teachings and foster personal growth, so to speak. These schools frequently utilize rituals and symbolism as a means of conveying and experiencing the esoteric teachings. Ritual serves a way to connect with the divine, access higher states of consciousness, and facilitate personal transformation. Symbolism is used to represent complex ideas and concepts, allowing for a deeper understanding of the teachings. The teachings of mystery schools and traditions are often veiled in secrecy, accessible only to a select group of initiates or practitioners. This exclusivity serves to protect the integrity of the teachings, ensuring that the knowledge remains sacred and is not misused or misunderstood. Mystery schools often have a lineage or tradition that traces back to a specific origin or source of knowledge. For instance, in Gardnerian witchcraft, it traces back to Gerald Gardner and just before him. This lineage helps maintain the integrity and continuity of the teachings, ensuring that the wisdom is passed down through generations while adapting to the evolving needs of the spiritual community. Mystery schools act as a bridge between the past and the present, ensuring that esoteric knowledge is passed down from one generation to the next. Initiates receive instruction from experienced teachers or mentors who in turn have received their knowledge from their predecessors. This lineage system maintains the continuity and integrity of the teachings while also allowing for adaptation and evolution as the spiritual needs of the community change. Another key purpose of mystery schools is to foster personal growth and transformation in their initiates. Through the study and practices of esoteric teachings, individuals are guided on a journey of self-discovery and spiritual development. This process often involves rituals, meditation, and other practices designed to help initiates connect with their inner selves and access higher states of consciousness. By maintaining a lineage of initiates and adhering to specific traditions, mystery schools ensure that the core teachings and practices remain consistent over time. This continuity is crucial in preserving the essence of esoteric knowledge and ensuring that the wisdom is passed down in its purest form. So what about this initiation that everyone's always so intrigued about? Initiation plays a central role in mystery schools, acting as a key component in the transmission of esoteric knowledge and the personal development of the individual seeker. The process of initiation serves multiple purposes within these spiritual institutions. Initiation represents the beginning of a spiritual journey for the individual. As a rite of passage, it marks the seeker's transition from an uninitiated state to one of commitment and dedication to the teachings and practice of the mystery school. It signifies the individual's readiness to embark on the path of spiritual growth and self-discovery. Initiation serves as a vehicle for transmitting the sacred wisdom of the mystery school to the individual. Often the teachings and practices are revealed in stages, with initiates receiving more advanced knowledge as they progress through the ranks. The gradual unveiling of the esoteric knowledge ensures that the individual is well prepared and capable of understanding and applying the teachings in their spiritual practice. Through the process of initiation, individuals become a part of a lineage and tradition of the mystery school. They are linked to the chain of initiates who have come before them, sharing in the collective wisdom and experiences of their spiritual ancestors, so to speak. This connection of lineage helps ground the individual's practice and provides a sense of belonging within the spiritual community. Initiation often involves rituals, tests, or challenges that are designed to catalyze personal growth and transformation. These experiences push the initiate to confront their fears, limitations, and innermost selves, fostering a deeper understanding of their nature and capabilities. As a result, initiates emerge from the process with a newfound self-awareness, strength, and spiritual insight. The initiation process helps to forge bonds between the initiate and the members of the rest of the mystery school or spiritual community. These connections are crucial for providing support, guidance, and mentorship as the individual progresses along their spiritual path. The shared experiences of initiation also help to create a sense of unity and camaraderie amongst the members of the community. So, what are some mystery schools that have existed throughout the millennia? Ancient Egyptian civilization was deeply rooted in spirituality and mysticism, with a complex system of religious beliefs and practices. Egyptian mystery schools were institutions that focused on preserving and transmitting esoteric knowledge, guiding initiates through a process of spiritual growth and, as well, again, transformation. Some of the key Egyptian mystery schools include, for instance, the Temple of Isis, dedicated to the goddess Isis, was one of the most prominent mystery schools in ancient Egypt. Situated at the island of Philae, the temple functioned as a center of spiritual learning and healing. The initiates were taught the secrets of magic, alchemy, and the afterlife, as well as the principles of divine love and compassion embodied by the goddess Isis. The rites and rituals practiced at the temple were aimed at invoking the presence of the goddess and establishing a connection with the divine. The city of Heliopolis was another important center of the spiritual learning of ancient Egypt. The Heliopolitan Mystery School was dedicated to the worship of the sun god Ra or Re and the Ennead, a group of 9 deities associated with creation. The initiates were taught about the creation myths, sacred geometry, astronomy, and the principles of divine order and harmony. The sun's journey through the sky and the afterlife was a central theme in the Heliopolitan mysteries, symbolizing the eternal cycle of life, death, and rebirth. Thoth, the god of wisdom, writing, and magic, was revered as the divine scribe and the patron of esoteric knowledge in ancient Egypt. The Temple of Thoth, located in the city of Hermopolis, was a center for the study of sacred text, astrology, and alchemy. Initiates were instructed in the art of writing, the interpretation of dreams and omens, and the principles of cosmic balance and divine justice. The sacred texts known as the Hermetic corpus, which later formed the basis of Hermeticism, were believed to have been authored by Thoth himself. The city of Abydos, associated with the god Osiris, was an important pilgrimage site and center of spiritual initiation in ancient Egypt. The Temple of Osiris housed the Osirian mysteries, which focused on the themes of death, resurrection, and the afterlife. The initiates were guided through a series of rituals and trials that symbolized the journey of the souls through the underworld and its eventual rebirth. The Osirian mysteries aimed to teach initiates the secrets of immortality and the path to spiritual enlightenment. The ancient Greeks were deeply fascinated by the mysteries of the universe and the hidden aspects of reality as well. Greek mystery schools were spiritual institutions that provided a structured pathway for initiates to explore the esoteric teachings and experiences that led to personal transformation and spiritual growth. One of the most famous and influential mystery schools in ancient Greece was the Eleusinian mysteries, and they were based in the town of Eleusis near Athens. Centered around the myth of Demeter, the goddess of agriculture, and her daughter Persephone, the Eleusinian mysteries explored themes of life, death, and rebirth. The initiation process involved a series of secret rituals and ceremonies, culminating in the revelation of the most sacred knowledge, which was believed to impart wisdom and understanding of the afterlife. The Orphic mysteries were rooted in the myth of Orpheus, a legendary musician, poet, and prophet who descended into the underworld to retrieve his beloved Eurydice. The teachings of the Orphic mysteries emphasized the immortality of the soul and its journey through multiple incarnations. Initiates were instructed in the principles of asceticism, purification, and the importance of leading a virtuous life to ensure the soul's eventual release from the cycle of rebirth. The Dionysian mysteries revolved around the worship of Dionysus, the god of wine, ecstasy, and transformation. These mysteries were characterized by their ecstatic rites and rituals, which often included music, dance, and the consumption of wine to induce altered states of consciousness. The Dionysian mysteries aimed to break down the barriers between the individual and the divine, leading to a profound experience of unity and spiritual transcendence. Founded by the philosophers and mathematician Pythagoras, the Pythagorean mystery school focused on the exploration of mathematics, geometry, music, and philosophy as a means to understand the divine order of the universe. Initiates were instructed in the principles of harmony, balance, and proportion, as well as the importance of living a disciplined and virtuous life. The Pythagorean mystery school greatly influenced the development of Western philosophy and esoteric thought of today. So what about the Romans? The Mithraic mysteries, also known as the mysteries of Mithras, were a prominent mystery religion in the Roman Empire from the 1st to the 4th century CE. The cult of Mithras originated in the East, likely influenced by Persian Zoroastrianism, but it was in the Roman Empire where it gained widespread popularity, especially among the military and the lower classes. Mithras, the central deity of the Mithraic mysteries, was considered a god of light, truth, and justice, often depicted as a youthful figure slaying a bull, an act known as the tauroctony. This symbolic representation carried multiple layers of meaning and was a central motif in Mithraic art and ritual. Mithraic temples, or Mithraea, were typically small subterranean chambers that often resembled caves, symbolizing the cosmic cave where Mithras performed the tauroctony. The Mithraea were primary locations for initiation ceremonies, rituals, and communal gatherings of the Mithraic worshippers. The initiation process in the Mithraic mysteries was highly structured, consisting of 7 stages or grades, each associated with a particular planet, symbol, and set of duties. Progression through the ranks was achieved by participating in a series of rituals and trials that tested the initiate's dedication, knowledge, and the spiritual fortitude. The hierarchy of the Mithraic mysteries included the following grades in ascending order: Corax the Raven, Nymphus Bridegroom, Miles the Soldier, Leo Lion, Perses Persian, Heliodramus the Sunrunner, and Pater the Father. The rituals of the Mithraic mysteries were primarily focused on the reenactment of the tauroctomy and other sacred stories designed to strengthen the initiate's connection with Mithras and the divine forces at play in the cosmos. The Mithraic mysteries were a highly secretive and exclusive religious tradition, with the rituals and teachings known only to the initiates. The secrecy served to protect the sacred knowledge from being misused or misunderstood by outsiders. It's important to note that the Mithraic mysteries were also an exclusively male cult, with no known evidence of female initiates or participants. Although the Mithraic mysteries faded with the rise of Christianity in the Roman Empire, they left an indelible mark on the religious landscape of the time. Alchemy and Hermeticism are two interconnected esoteric traditions that have significantly influenced the history of Western occultism, philosophy, and science. Both traditions share a common origin in the teachings attributed to Hermes Trismegistus, a legendary figure believed to be a synthesis of the Greek god Hermes and the Egyptian god Thoth. Alchemy is an ancient philosophical and proto-scientific tradition that aimed to transform base metals into noble metals such as gold, and to discover the elixir of life, or the philosopher's stone, which was believed to grant immortality. Alchemy has roots in various cultures, including Egyptian, Greek, and Islamic, but it was in medieval Europe that it became closely linked with Hermeticism. The core principles of alchemy include transformation. At the heart of alchemy is the idea of transformation, both in the physical sense, transmuting metals, for instance, and the spiritual sense, personal growth and enlightenment. The 4 elements. Alchemy is based on the concept of 4 elements: earth, air, fire, and water, that comprise all matter. These elements can be manipulated and combined to create new substances. The 3 principles. Alchemy also states that all matter is composed of 3 essential principles: sulfur, the soul; mercury, the spirit; and salt, the body, which must be purified and balanced to achieve the desired transformation. The magnum opus. The ultimate goal of the alchemist is the magnum opus, the creation of the philosopher's stone, which symbolizes the perfection of matter and spirit. Hermeticism is an esoteric, philosophical, and spiritual tradition based on the teachings again attributed to Hermes Trismegistus. The Hermetic corpus, a collection of texts written between the 1st and 3rd centuries CE, forms the basis of Hermetic philosophy. Key concepts in Hermeticism include the principle of correspondence, as above, so below, as below, so above. The principle states that the microcosm, the individual, mirrors the macrocosm, the universe, and vice versa. The principle of vibration. Everything in the universe is in constant motion, vibrating at various frequencies. By understanding and manipulating these vibrations, one can influence the material and spiritual realms. The principle of polarity. Everything in the universe has its opposite, and these opposites are interconnected and interdependent. The principle of mentalism. The universe is fundamentally mental in nature, and the mind plays a crucial role in shaping reality. The principle of cause and effect. Every action has an equal and opposite reaction, and by understanding the laws of causality, one can influence the outcome of events. Hermeticism and alchemy have greatly influenced the development of Western occultism, spiritually, and even modern science. Both traditions emphasize the importance of personal transformation, the interconnectedness of all things, and the pursuit of knowledge and wisdom. Together, they form a rich and complex system of esoteric thought that continues to inspire seekers of spiritual truth and understanding. I'm sure a lot of the things I just mentioned, as you've heard, before, earlier, as above, so below, the 4 elements, vibrations of existence, cause and effect, or, karma as far as I'm concerned. Now you know where they came from before they had been injected into the modern day occult practices. I'm sure many of you have heard of the Rosicrucians. The Rosicrucian order, also known as the Order of the Rose Cross, is a secret society and esoteric tradition that traces its origins to the early 17th century. It is widely believed to have been founded by the publication of 2 influential manifestos in 1614 and 1615, the Frama Fraternitatis and the Confessio Fraternitatis. These manifestos outline the principles and goals of the mysterious brotherhood of Rosicrucians and invited like-minded individuals to join the order. The legendary founder of the Rosicrucian order is a figure named Christian Rosenkreutz, who is said to have lived in the 15th century. According to Fama Fraternitatis, Rosenkreutz traveled through the Middle East and North Africa, learning from various spiritual and esoteric traditions. Upon his return to Europe, he founded the Rosicrucian order as a secret brotherhood dedicated to the pursuit of knowledge, wisdom, and spiritual enlightenment. The Rosicrucian order is based on a synthesis of Christian mysticism, Hermeticism, Kabbalah, and alchemy. Some of the key principles and teachings of the order include the pursuit of spiritual wisdom and knowledge. Rosicrucians seek to understand the mysteries of the universe and the divine laws that govern it. The belief in the transformative power of love and compassion. Rosicrucians emphasize the importance of living a life guided by love, compassion, and service to others. The study and practice of esoteric arts and sciences. Rosicrucians engage in the study of various occult disciplines such as astrology, alchemy, and the Kabbalah as tools for spiritual growth and understanding. The importance of personal transformation. Rosicrucians believe in the power of spiritual alchemy to transform the individual and bring them into enlightenment with the divine. Many prominent figures in history, including Sir Isaac Newton, Robert Fludd, and Johann Wolfgang von Goethe, have been associated with Rosicrucianism either as members or sympathizers. So what of the Rosicrucians of today? Over the centuries, various organizations claiming to be the true successors of the original Rosicrucian order have emerged. Among the most well-known are the Ancient and Mystical Order of Rosicrucis, the AMORC, the Rosicrucian Fellowship, and the Confraternity of the Rose Cross. These organizations continue to teach and preserve the esoteric wisdom and principles of Rosicrucianism, providing seekers with a structured path for spiritual growth and development. Freemasonry is a fraternal organization with roots in the stonemasons guild of the late medieval period. It later evolved into a secret society that preserves and transmits a body of esoteric knowledge and moral teachings. Freemasonry has a rich history, with its origins often debated among historians and scholars. The earliest roots of Freemasonry can be traced back to the medieval stonemasons guilds, which were professional organizations that protected the interests of skilled craftsmen in their trade. These guilds were responsible for constructing cathedrals, castles, castles, and other significant buildings, and their members were highly regarded for their expertise in architecture and geometry. By the late 16th and early 17th centuries, the stonemasons guilds began to accept non-operative or speculative members, individuals who were not involved in the actual craft of masonry but were attracted to the moral and philosophical teachings associated with the craft. This marked the beginning of the shift from a purely operative organization to a more speculative esoteric society. The formal establishment of modern Freemasonry is often dated to the founding of the First Grand Lodge in London in 1717. This event marked the unification of several existing lodges under a single governing body and the creation of a standardized system of rituals, degrees, and governance. Freemasonry developed during the Age of Enlightenment, and its teachings and principles were heavily influenced by the intellectual currents of the time. The focus on reason, tolerance, and the pursuit of knowledge resonated with the aims of Freemasonry, which sought to promote moral and intellectual development through its rituals and teachings. Freemasonry also absorbed elements from various esoteric traditions such as Hermeticism, Kabbalah, and alchemy. These influences are evident in the symbols, rituals, and teachings of the organization, which often incorporate allegorical and mystical elements. Following the establishment of the First Grand Lodge, Freemasonry rapidly expanded throughout Europe and the colonies, attracting members from various social classes and professions. By the 18th century, Freemasonry had become a prominent and influential social institution, with lodges serving as centers of intellectual, cultural, and political exchange. To name a few famous people who were Freemasons, we have George Washington, Benjamin Franklin, Wolfgang Amadeus Mozart, Sir Winston Churchill, Mark Twain, Sir Arthur Conan Doyle, and the Duke himself, John Wayne. The Hermetic Order of the Golden Dawn was an influential secret society and esoteric organization. It played a significant role in the development of modern Western occultism and attracted many prominent members from various fields, including literature, art, and science. The Golden Dawn was founded in 1887 or 1888 by William Wynne Westcott, Samuel Liddell McGregor Mathers, and William Robert Woodman. These three men were Freemasons and members of the Societas Rosicruciana in Anglia, a Rosicrucian organization. The founding of the Golden Dawn was based on a set of mysterious cipher manuscripts which Westcott claimed to have discovered and translated. These manuscripts contained the outlines of the order's rituals and teachings. The Golden Dawn was organized into a hierarchical structure with various degrees or grades similar to Freemasonry. The order was divided into three main sections known as the Outer Order, the Inner Order, and the Third Order. The Outer Order consisted of 10 degrees, each associated with a specific aspect of the Kabbalistic tree of life. Members progressed through these degrees by demonstrating their knowledge and understanding of the order's teachings and passing various examinations and initiations. The Golden Dawn's teachings drew from a wide range of esoteric traditions, including Hermeticism, Kabbalah, astrology, alchemy, tarot, and ceremonial magic. Members were taught various practices such as meditation, astral projection, and the use of ritual tools to develop their spiritual and psychic abilities. The order emphasized the importance of personal growth, self-discovery, and the pursuit of spiritual enlightenment. The Golden Dawn attracted many notable members from various fields, including the poet William Butler Yeats, actress Florence Farr, and the magician and occultist Aleister Crowley. These individuals significantly contributed to the order's development and influence, and later played important roles in the broader occult and esoteric community. The Golden Dawn experienced a series of internal conflicts and power struggles, particularly between Samuel Liddell McGregor Mathers and the prominent members such as Aleister Crowley and W.B. Yeats. These disputes ultimately led to the dissolution of the original order in the early 20th century. However, several splinter groups and offshoots emerged, including the Stella Matutina and the Alpha et Omega, which continued to preserve and teach the Golden Dawn's esoteric system. Its teachings and practices influenced many subsequent esoteric traditions, such as THELEMA, Wicca, and various forms of contemporary ceremonial magic. The order's influence can also be seen in the widespread use of the tarot for divination and self-discovery, as well as the popularization of Kabbalah and other esoteric disciplines. THELEMA is a spiritual philosophy and religious movement founded by the English occultist Aleister Crowley in the 20th century. The Ordo Templi Orientis is a fraternal and religious organization that adopted THELEMA as its central doctrine under Crowley's leadership. As mentioned, THELEMA was founded by Aleister Crowley following a series of spiritual experiences and revelations he had in 1904 while visiting Cairo, Egypt. According to Crowley, a spiritual entity named Awas dictated a text to him called the Book of the Law. This serves as the foundational scripture of THELEMA. The philosophy of Thelema is encapsulated in the phrase, "Do what thou wilt shall be the whole of the law," which emphasizes the importance of discovering and following one's true will or innermost purpose. Thelema is a syncretic spiritual system that draws from various esoteric and religious traditions, including Kabbalah, Hermeticism, and Eastern mysticism. Key beliefs and practices in Thelema include the law of Thelema. The central tenet of Thelema is the law of Thelema, which states, "Do what thou wilt shall be the whole of the law," and "Love is the law, love under will." These phrases emphasize individual freedom, self-discovery, and the pursuit of one's true will. Also, we have the concept of the aeon. Thelema states that human history is divided into a series of eons or aeons, each associated with a different spiritual paradigm. Crowley claimed that humanity had entered the aeon of Horus, characterized by self-realization, personal freedom, and the discovery of one's true will. Magic, with a K. Some Thelemites practice a form of ceremonial magic known as magic, spelled with a K, to distinguish it from stage magic, which aims to align the practitioner with their true will and manifest change in the world. Thelemic magic incorporates rituals, symbols, and practices from various esoteric traditions. The OTO was founded in the early 20th century by German occultists Karl Kellner and Theodor Reuss. Initially, the organization was influenced by Freemasonry, Rosicrucianism, and other esoteric traditions. However, when Aleister Crowley became involved with the OTO in the 1910s and eventually rose to leadership, he restructured the order around the principles of Thelema. The OTO is organized into a hierarchical system of degrees, similar to that of Freemasonry. The order is divided into three main sections: the Man of Earth triad, the Lover triad, and the Hermit triad. Members progress through these degrees by demonstrating their understanding of Thelemic teachings and passing various initiations. The OTO also includes a religious arm called the Ecclesia Gnostica Catholica, or EGC, or the Gnostic Catholic Church, which administers the central Thelemic sacrament known as the Gnostic Mass. This ritual, designed by Crowley, is a symbolic enactment of the principles of Thelema and serves to unite the participants with their true will in the divine. Witchcraft and neo-pagan mystery traditions encompass a diverse range of spiritual paths and practices that have emerged from or been inspired by pre-Christian, indigenous, and earth-centered religions. These contemporary traditions often incorporate elements from ancient pagan practices as well as modern esoteric and occult teachings. The witchcraft religion was popularized in the mid-20th century by figures like Gerald Gardner and Doreen Valiente, drawing from various sources including folklore, ceremonial magic, and ancient pagan traditions. Modern witchcraft, sometimes called Wicca, which is a modernized word for witchcraft, emphasizes the worship of the goddess and the god, the cycles of nature, and the practice of magic. Gerald Gardner, often called the father of witchcraft, founded Gardnerian witchcraft, which is considered the first and most influential witchcraft tradition. Gardnerian witchcraft is an initiatory mystery tradition that emphasizes secrecy, a hierarchical structure, and the practice of rituals within a coven setting. Alexandrian witchcraft was founded by Alex Sanders and his wife Maxine Sanders in the 1960s. It is similar to the Gardnerian witchcraft in terms of structure and practice, but incorporates more elements from ceremonial magic and Hermeticism. In addition to the more established witchcraft traditions, there are numerous other Wiccan and neo-pagan paths that incorporate mystery traditions and esoteric teachings. Some examples include the Dianic Wicca, founded by Susanna Budapest, and a feminist goddess-centered tradition that focuses on the worship of the goddess and women's spirituality. This tradition emphasizes the empowerment of women through ritual and personal transformation. The fairy tradition was founded by Victor and Cora Anderson in the mid-20th century. This mystery tradition emphasizes direct experiences of the divine, ecstatic practice, and the use of magic to achieve personal growth and transformation. The fairy tradition is known for its focus on the three souls model of the human psyche and the veneration of various deities, spirits, including the star goddess and the divine twins. The reclaiming tradition, founded by Starhawk and others in the late 20th century, is a modern Wicca tradition that combines a feminist spirituality, eco-activism, and social justice with Wiccan and pagan practices. Reclaiming emphasizes community-based rituals, personal empowerment, and use of magic for personal and collective transformation. So as you can see, mystery schools have played a significant role in shaping modern spiritual and esoteric practices. Their teachings, rituals, and philosophies have been adapted and integrated into various contemporary spiritual paths, contributing to the richness and diversity of modern esotericism. As we learned, mystery schools often preserve and transmit ancient wisdom from various cultures and traditions. This revival of ancient knowledge has led to a resurgence of interest in esoteric practices such as ceremonial magic, astrology, and alchemy, as well as the adaptation of these practices for modern spiritual seekers. Many contemporary spiritual movements such as Wicca, THELEMA, and the New Age have been influenced by mystery schools in their teachings. These modern movements often incorporate elements from various mystery traditions such as Hermetic Order of the Golden Dawn, the Rosicrucian Order, and Freemasonry, creating eclectic spiritual paths that draw from multiple sources. Mystery schools and their teachings have had a significant impact on popular culture, including literature, film, and art. Works such as Dan Brown's The Da Vinci Code and films like The Matrix have drawn inspiration from mystery school teachings and symbols, introducing these concepts to a broader audience and sparking renewed interest in esoteric subjects. The continued influence of mystery schools on contemporary practice can be seen in the revival of ancient wisdom, the development of modern spiritual movements, and the impact on popular culture. The focus on personal transformation and growth, community building and networking, the exploration of esoteric knowledge, and the use of ritual and symbolism. These various influences have contributed to the richness and diversity of modern spiritual and esoteric practices, ensuring that the techniques and philosophies of mystery schools continue to inspire and guide future generations. Well, that's going to wrap up this episode of Witch and Working. How do you feel about mystery schools, especially modern day initiatory mystery schools like Gardnerian and Alexandrian and whatnot? Do you belong to a mystery school? Let us all know in the comments below. Please give me a thumbs up and please subscribe if you haven't already. And don't forget to ring that little bell to be reminded of future and wonderful episodes to come. I love you guys and gals. Blessed be.